All right, and Ndamukong says that Jim Caldwell was the answer for the Detroit Lions. Let's talk about that real quick. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support, everybody showing the channel. And my whole thing is people saying that, well, if he was the answer, why didn't Ndamukong stay? Caldwell might have been the answer on the field and coaching, but they didn't have an answer in the front office, and they all works together. You got to have an answer in ownership. You got to have an answer in the front office and in the coaching staff. And I feel that Jim Caldwell had a good coaching staff, but his answer offensively, offensive coordinator, wasn't the answer. But defensively, he had it, but also the front office. And one of the reasons Ndamukong left is because the Lions didn't want to pay up. That's it. It's plain and simple. It wasn't no more different than that. He knew that the Lions didn't want to pay him the money that he wanted to stay. He went to Florida, didn't have to pay no state taxes, didn't have much success in the Dolphins, went to the Rams, made a Super Bowl, now he with the Bucks. They lost to the Bears last night, though, and Tom Brady didn't even know it was fourth down. But, you know, I do think Caldwell could have been the answer. It's pretty much all the players have stuck up for him. And I put the screenshot on the screen. I mean, Stephen Tulloch and Ndamukong. Everybody has something good to say about Jim Caldwell being in Detroit, but he just didn't have an answer above him. Neither Bob Quinn or Martin Mayhew or Tom LaWine was the answer personnel-wise. And they made mistake after mistake. Imagine knowing that you're not bringing back Nick Fairley on Ndamukong and having Aaron Donald there and not drafting him. Well, Aaron Donald was just too small, and Warren Sapp was an undersized defensive tackle. If you can play, you can play. It passed up on Aaron Donald. It took Eric Ebron, who had one of the highest drop rates in the NFL. I mean, the NCAA. So, you know, Caldwell may necessarily be the answer on the field, but it was some answers that need to be answered. As far as offensive coordinator, it still was pitiful there. General manager, that was pitiful there. And ownership, that was pitiful. So Caldwell could have been an answer all he wanted to, but if they took players like Eric Ebron over Odell Beckham, Aaron Donald, Jarvis Landry, you can go on and on. Come on. You can have a great coach, but if you don't have the proper ingredients or the proper players on the field, it's not going to work. And also, the ownership didn't want to pay Ndamukong. So once again, you could have the answer on the field all you want to. The ownership didn't want to pay. General manager didn't want to replace him, knowing that he wasn't coming back. And then Jim Caldwell didn't want to take over the play calling. Simple as that. He could have been an answer in the community. He could have been an answer in the locker room. But if he wasn't an answer as far as winning, he was have to move on. And personnel-wise, they just couldn't draft to save their life. Now, I don't know how much imprint that Jim Caldwell had on drafting Eric Ebron. But if he has some big say-so on that, he's an idiot. He's an idiot. And once again, Bob Quinn, he made the same mistake taking T.J. Hockenson and not having a plan for him. But Ndamukong, give him his cosign all he wants to. He gone. He gone. Jim Caldwell, they both gone. So he could be the answer all he want to be. But the Lions cannot be a successful organization until they have to answer ownership, front office, and all the coaches on the field. That's what New England got. New England got one of the best general managers and head coaches out there, Bill Belichick. You know, you got to have the answers on all three levels. Ownership, front office, and on the field. And they don't have the answers. So as much as they want to say Jim Caldwell was the answer, they didn't have the general manager and the ownership to back him up. This team wasn't the same defensively when Ndamukong left. When they passed up Aaron Donald. You like pass catchers? Why would you take a tight end? Why not take Odell Beckham? Odell Beckham, Golden Tate, Calvin Johnson. Why not? You took Eric Ebron knowing that he couldn't catch. Knowing that your previous tight end that you drafted, Brandon Pettigrew, couldn't catch the ball neither. I think people come to the Lions and they purposely make bad picks. That's what I'm convinced of. We can have a poll, and I guarantee you, if the Detroit Lions fan voted on who the Lions to pick for 7 rounds, our drafts will come out better than theirs. But Ndamukong could say he was the answer all he wanted. But he knew that they didn't have the answers to bring him back or how to replace him. So that's just my opinion on it. I ain't gonna cook long on it. You gotta have the answers on all three levels. That's just what it boiled down to. You gotta have ownership, general manager, front office, and coaching. But that is what it is. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links are in the description. If you ever have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, whatever you got to ask, Twitter is the fastest way. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App is CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we gone.